What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video, where I am talking The Last Jedi by Michael Reeves and Maya Catherine Bonhoff. This book is considered Legends, and it is the end of Jax Pavin's story. More so due to Legends ending than this being an actual end to the character, but we'll get to that later. There will be spoilers for this book, so you've been warned. If you like what you see, then please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel and for more Star Wars videos. And now on to the back of the book. Night of Reckoning. Order 66 has all but exterminated the Jedi. The few remaining have been driven into exile or hiding, but not Jax Pavin, who's been steadily striking blows against the Empire as a lone guerrilla fighter and a valued partner of Whiplash, a secret Coruscant-based resistance group. Now he's transporting a valued Whiplash leader, targeted for assassination, from Coruscant to safety on a distant world. It's a risky move under any circumstances, but Jax and his trusted crew are prepared to pit their combat skills and their vessel's firepower against all Imperial threats, except the one Jax fears most, Darth Vader. And Jax knows that Vader will stop at nothing until the last Jedi has fallen. Alright, characters for this story. You have Erin Foley. She is a human Antarian Ranger. You have Darth Vader. He is a human cyborg, Sith Lord and Emperor Palpatine's enforcer. Dagan Kor. He is a Toprawan resistance leader, human. Dendur. He is a Celestin former journalist. Jerry. He is a Rhodian resistance mech tech. You have I-5. He is a sentient protocol droid. Jax Pavin. He is a human Jedi Knight. Larenth Tarak. She is a Twi'lek Grey Paladin. Magash Drashi. She is a Zabrik human Dathomiri witch of the Singing Mountain clan, Pole House. He is a Zabrik sector police prefect. You have Prince Zizor. He is a Faline Black Sun Vigo. Probus Tesla. He is a human inquisitor. Sasha Swiftbird. She is a human Antarian Ranger. Sheel Mafine. She is a Togruta poetess. Thai Zon Yimin. He is a Syrian Whiplash leader. Tudin Sal. He is a Sakian Whiplash operative. And Tyno Fabris. He is an Arcanian Black Sun lieutenant. All right, recap of this of The Last Jedi. In this, Jax Pavin and his crew are transporting Thizon Yimin, the leader of the Whiplash resistance on Coruscant. They are moving him off-world because it is getting too dangerous for him to be there, and they're moving him to Dantooine. However, they are ambushed by Darth Vader and the Empire before they can get to Dantooine, and Vader takes Thizon Yimin, and he also kills Larenth. And but the other characters manage, Jax and Den and I-5, they manage to escape, although Vader and the Empire think they died because where this ambush took place was a very dangerous place, and so the Empire left, and Jax and his friends are trying to recover. They just lost their friend, so they go to Topra, which is so they go to Topra, which is a planet that has a resistance, and they find some allies. And Jax, he's struggling, because him and Loranth have formed a, well, essentially it's a romantic relationship, but yeah, she dies, so he's kind of, so throughout this book he kind of struggles with the dark side. And he goes, they want to figure out how to get Thyzon Yimin back. So Jax, he makes a deal with Black's son by way of Prince Zizor, and that kind of backfires on them a little bit. Uh, he eventually goes to Dathomir because he, because the Force told him to go there, basically. And, and he has a Sith holocron that he wants, I guess, to find out, because this is the Sith holocron that his father in, Darth Maul Shadowhunter was keeping from the Darth Maul, basically. It was the reason why Darth Maul was hunting him down and killed him. So, Jax goes to Dathomir. He meets some of the Night Sisters there, or I think, yeah, Night Sisters, and he goes to this ruined temple area, and he has an experience there, and he manages to unlock the Sith holocron because it requires blood. So he has a few of the Night Sisters help him give the blood. So he manages to open it, and the knowledge contained within this holocron is of a Sith called Darth Ramage, and this Sith apparently knew time travel and how to control time to some degree. So he uses this to help rescue Thyzon Yimin. So he goes to the area where Thyzon Yimin is held. Meanwhile, Dender and I-5, they go back to Toprua and recruit one of the Antarian Rangers, Sasha Swiftbird, and the three of them, they go to the place where Thyzon Yimin is being held separately to try and figure it out. So, they do pretty good. They get past some of the stormtroopers and that, but there's some Inquisitors at this place, and Vader is there, and that eventually Dender and I-5 and that they get to a point where they're going to get captured, but that's when Jax meets up with them, and together they manage to get Thyzon Yimin, who was going to have he was going to go into surgery because the Empire was going to sever his two brains, because Syrians have two brains, and they were going to sever that because he was using the two brains to resist the torture and the questioning and all that. And so they were going to sever that so they could get answers. But Jax and his friends managed to get Thyzon Yimin before the surgery, and they're on their way out. And, obviously Jax has to have a little duel with Darth Vader. And Jax manages to best Darth Vader very temporarily, and they escape. And the book ends there, pretty much. What I liked in this book. Well, first off, I liked the that Jax, he went to Dathomir. I thought that was very interesting. Oh, and one other thing, they do go to Mandalore in this book, but it's just to kind of help find where they're holding Thyzon Yimin. Yeah, and it's weird because when they go to Mandalore, I feel like it's got little pieces from other Legends books, but then it's also has to kind of reference some of the stuff in the Clone Wars TV show. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's a shame. And yeah, so instead of getting like maybe some cool references of like the Republic Commando books, it's more of the Clone Wars TV show. And Mandalore in the TV show and the Mandalorians, they're not as cool or as interesting because you have that peaceful faction that I don't know. But then in Republic Commando, they're more like what Mandalorians you would expect. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that they went to Mandalore, but I would have preferred references to the Republic Commando books rather than the Clone Wars TV show. Because even though I like the Clone Wars TV show, the Mandalorians and Mandalore, it's just not as cool as the Republic Commando Mandalorian stuff. So, but yeah, when Jax goes to Dathomir, cool. And in this book, Jax really struggles with the dark side, which that happens pretty frequently for Jedi in Star Wars. But and I thought it was pretty good. So it's a shame that his story doesn't get to continue because Legends is dead. Well, not dead per se, but like they're not making any more Legends stories, which is a shame. Yeah, I thought this is probably the best book of the 4 Jax Pavan stories. So there's that. What I didn't like, my only thing that I did not like in this is with Larenth, the Twi'lek. I felt like she kind of died very, very quickly because it's like within the first 50 pages or so, she dies. It's very close to the beginning, and it's a shame because, but I guess you do need stakes and that. So yeah, but that's the only thing. Like it did feel a little abrupt. I would have liked maybe a little later, but it's minor. Overall, I'd give this book an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good. Definitely the best of the Jax Pavan 4 books. So pretty good. Although, to read this, obviously, you need to read Coruscant Nights, otherwise you're not going to know what's going on, so. What did you think of this book, if you've read it? And is it a shame that Legends, they're not making any more stories? Who's your favorite character of, these 4 Jax Pavan books? And, don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.